You know, some people think billboards are really outdated in our digital world, but there is a really good reason why they're still being used today. Billboards are great when you have a really simple message for your targeted customer. But just like any other advertising medium out there that you're thinking about using, there are a few factors that you are going to need to pay really close attention to that will help you when crafting an effective billboard campaign. Now, to make sure your billboard campaign is reaching its full potential, I'd like to give you the 7 key factors that you are going to want to focus on. First up, you have got to know your target audience. Second, simple is always better than complex. You need to use clear messaging. You need to use really easy to read fonts. Always have a goal. Focus on one single call to action and build your brand. So let's go back to knowing your target audience. Since a wide variety of people will actually be exposed to your billboard, it is really tempting to try to advertise to everybody. But when you target your message to a specific group of consumers, your billboard will prove far more effective. You will know who it is you're talking to. And once you know who that target is, you will then know how to craft your message in a way that they will hear it and understand it. My next tip, simple always reigns supreme. You have got to keep your billboard simple. Make sure you get your point across as quickly as possible. Now with billboards, a good rule of thumb is you've got a maximum of 6 to 7 words, because that is about the most anybody can take in when they are zipping past your billboard. But just because you can use 6, that doesn't mean you have to. Using only 1 or 2 words can be great, and maybe even amazing. Now the next step is to keep your billboard really understandable. When you're trying to sell something, you don't want to strain the brain of that consumer. You know, consumers need to be able to get your message without having to even think about it. You must make your billboard really easy to understand. Simple and easy messaging will help make you the brand that they remember and just maybe the place that they want to do business with. Now, we've already discussed why your billboard should only have a few words and why it should be really easy for people to understand. But it is extremely important to make sure people can actually read it. You need to make sure the design can be taken in. Use fonts that are super easy to read. Use colors that provide contrast but work well together. And when designing the whole billboard, make sure that the colors and the fonts all go together. Now, one of the most critical parts of creating an effective billboard is by setting a clear goal. You need to make sure you've got a specific result in mind that you hope to accomplish. And this does not have to be complicated. Do you want to get more people in your store? Well, that's a great goal. Do you want to make sure that consumers out there know about a specific promotion? Well, that's a really good goal too. And this is true with all of your advertising. You must have a goal, or you will never know if it's working or not. Now, my next tip is this. Have a single, simple call to action. What do you want your audience to do when they see your billboard? Call you, visit your store, shop online? You need to resist the urge to try to include it all. Stay focused on that one single action that you want them to take. And my final tip, always build your brand. Think about using your billboard as a way to keep your brand front and center in the eyes of that targeted consumer. They might see your billboard every day with little chance to actually take in your message. But if your name has been melted into their brain during that commute that they take every single day, you are winning that battle of brand building and moving your company to the front of the line when that customer is ready to go shopping for whatever it is that you have to offer. So let's recap those 7 tips for successful billboard campaigns. First, know your target audience. Next, keep your design really simple. Use clear messaging that's really easy to understand. Use fonts that are really easy to read. Always have a goal in mind. Keep it to one single call to action and build your brand. Now, just like any other advertising medium that you consider, billboards can be a great way to generate leads, traffic, and selling opportunities, provided that you do it right. And I really hope these 7 tips help you craft a lead-generating, sales-oriented billboard campaign.